It is so easy to beat people today. They are so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're counting their notifications because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no.
Hard work is the goal. And so it's not like work hard so that X.
I just nuked everything.
You did.
And
by the way, you were already very successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, that's not a fun way to live.
Right.
Because you're always pissed off.
And there's a cap.
Yeah.
Because you build things and obliterate them. You build people and hurt them.
Thinking about it from the neuroscience perspective to kind of attack from both sides here, realizing that you learned that story. And that doesn't mean that it's true. And so if you feel guilty, default mode of behavior, right? So it's responsible for our default mode of being and doing, but it's also responsible for our sense of self and constructing the narrative or the story of our.
And so my dad's like, yeah, man, that car's awesome, but guess what? You're gonna have to make a lot of money to do that. So that kind of started me down the road of.
There was a time when Christian Thibodeau had blueberry extract in this Nalgene bottle, but you needed to get, you were drinking this much of it, and we were like, oh, it's the.
I'm not going to go on to work-life balance, whatever, because we already know where that conversation goes. But people have a harder time accepting that someone can just.
And then we don't realize we're actually just setting ourselves up for failure too, because then we're not able to put ourselves out there. Talk to me about what do we do with feelings of jealousy and comparison when they're so human.
About who you're going to be and what you're going to be and what kind of life you're going to live. And you go out there and you fucking build it. Shit doesn't just fall into you. Nobody just discovered themselves, quite honestly.
It's unbelievable. You can go to Harvard MBA and you won't hear what he just said. And it's the reason we do a terrible job of promoting this, so we're gonna take 30 seconds to promote it, but I wanna say something to everybody. Yeah. It's the reason out of all the people on the planet.
They do a lot.
Consistent.
Their diet's reasonable and they care about it, so they put energy into it. So it's like if you're doing a full body workout every day and that's your thing.
Denying what is actually true because this is better for me in the long run because it's a positive mindset. Am I being honest with the audience if I don't?
I think it is a duty. When I think of
Meaning because you've been so blessed to live in this country or whatever it is that you.
No, I look at it like this. Okay, it does have something to do with our country, but
that takes you all the way, not where you choose to bite the first time. And I obviously now have a huge history of this.
Electronic pulse indicators, maybe you could get a real readout of how much they're activating. But for me, if I had to pick a quad movement, I would just.
To train your brain that it's more rewarding. A dog doesn't learn to sit for free. I say that all the time. If you want to teach a dog how to sit, you have to give your dog a treat, and then that treat boosts dopamine.
Are you saying that if you don't, I know you've said something which I love, you said science says you have to act like you already have it before something can happen. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying, that you've got to feel like.
And then pretend they're surprised that their life is chaos. Okay, well, if you're able to control these things, that's going to give you 90% of the outcome in life that you want.
About that person wanting to become really rich or wealthy, it was just about the idea of, can you expand the mind out enough to be exposed to something that it hasn't seen before and heard before, and all of a sudden the person's being able to wire differently.
Yep.
And being able to.
A behavior occurs. And so B.F. Skinner said this, and I just love this. It's my most savage quote of his. He says, people say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
And I mean, for him, that's where it goes back to sometimes it's a self-soothing behavior to say, oh, this all sucks so bad. And you're releasing your responsibility for the situation.
I am roughly 2 weeks out from getting the fruits of my labor for the last 14 months. I can smell it. But one of my friends asked me the other day, what's next? And at first I felt a little disrespected because I guess I wanted the acknowledgement of the achievement.
That work with you, and you really believe they helped build you. It's a deep, real thing.
Well, they do.
I know, and it's made me evaluate in myself over the previous decades when I was a younger man. Did I really have that depth of?
When I was procrastinating filming my podcast, and me being me, I sit down and I analyze my mind. Why am I procrastinating starting to film this podcast? And what I
then your shirt is off and everybody can see.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We've all been there, all three of us.
Yeah, it's the worst, bro.
No, it feels good though, man. I'm, got it done. The standard has been set.
Good.
So
Good.
If I go and I film this podcast, my goal is to have a top podcast in the world, right? So if I'm having a top podcast in the world, what might that look like? Oh, that means that I'm setting myself up to be seen more.
And where you see commercial work is where a bunch of people are trying to make something for an audience. And so they're trying to like rinse and recycle stuff.
And so like for me, and then maybe it's even going and planning. It can be anything, like planning a reward for yourself, like going out to dinner. Let's say if you're a food.
There are actually 4 things. One, you got to have the right intent. Is the intent on yourself or is it on others? Okay, and if your intent is on yourself with your customers, you're going to lose. If your intent is on yourself with your employees.
As their situation becomes more luxurious, feels sort of opulent. You know, if you're a world champion Chinese weightlifter.
Awesome lighting, huge, jacked, ripped, pumped up.
Yes, keep going.
I'm thinking, or at least I try to like imagine myself more so as like just
blah, 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 like colorful plate and stuff.
So did you ever mess with like the
We
tuna
didn't know
only?
that. 20 years ago, we didn't know that, Sam. This is new fucking unearthed evidence. And some of the stuff, we were adamant that...
It hurts so much when people are like, must be nice. Oh, that happened overnight. Is because...
Yeah, it's better than beating your own meat, huh?
I don't know about. I mean, it depends on who you ask. No, dude, it feels good though, man. You know, I'm sore. It feels good.
You already sore?
Bro, listen, I was sore when I had to run the second mile. Like I was already. I'm like, all right.
The like scientifically explainable era, where it's not the gains that I have, it's the training and the explanations why I do the training that I do, which makes me superior.
If that goes out on Audible.
I get curious about doing just audiobooks.
I think it'd be great. Like you're just describing an afternoon walk through a gentle meadow or something.
Yeah, just we're already ready.
Yeah.
Not even to give anybody the opportunity to think it wouldn't happen. Because then you just do it. And that's already way more impactful because anybody could say they're going to do it. If you're big, you have already said that you are serious. Like unspokenly, just from how you are as a guy or what the video was.
But also like the greatest dude sits in here with me every time. So usually this guy and I sit in here, smoke some cigars and talk about life and business. And we decided today we're going to record it so you guys can listen in.
Yeah.
I think having a larger narrative of where you're ultimately going, one, gives you the vision of where you're knows where he's going.
It's the idea of constant progression. All right. You got to understand, dude, that most people, we've always heard these stories, right? Like about...
How would neuroscience suggest we do that?
Yeah. So I have a 3-step process. I love
them. I love them too. I know you do. I know you're a 3-step. And let me start practicing that now. So an author gets up and writes a page even when they don't feel inspired because that's how they get, for example.
Right.
Or like a podcaster.
Is really sort of just understanding the neuroscience of reality and how the brain works. There's actually a really cool study. So I'll tell you about this study.
Please.
This study actually is really great.
But left alone, if I didn't do this, I'd have no form of expression because I can't sing, I don't dance, I don't do any of that. And I'm not going to be a professional. I used to think I'd be on the senior tour playing golf.
The life that I'm living today is a result of the work that I did 6 and 12 months ago. And so if you're to look at my calendar 6 and 12 months ago, then you might extrapolate out to what I'm doing today. But just
whatever you got to do, like do.
And I'm like,
was that something you used to do?
He's like, well, post-workout, you're very sensitive to an insulin response.
It fucking will be if you put 100 grams of sugar
100
into
grams
yourself.
is literally just straight sugar and like 2 scoops of protein.
You're kidding me.
Hacks and stuff based on what I need and in my own life. And so I realized, I was waking up with less motivation, waking up low on energy and
I can't get in the stadium. They won't let me in. I can't, and I'm running up to the security there. I'm like, no, I'm the center fielder. They're like, look, man, I don't have any ID for you. You can't get in here. And I'm open the other door and the fence is locked. They won't let me back in the stadium again. I'm like, no. And they're like,